What is the difference between running Facebook ads in 2024 versus running them in 2025? That's what we're covering in today's video. Before we get started, if you're new to the channel, my name's Derek Videll. You can find me on Instagram at Derek Videll. Shoot me a DM if you have any questions. Comment below and consider subscribing. I would really appreciate it. So let's get into this topic. The thing to note is that between 2023 and 2024, the biggest change that's ever happened in Facebook ads happened. And the smallest change to ever happen, in my opinion, was from 2024 to 2025. Because from 2023 to 2024, what happened is that open targeting started winning in almost every industry. In well over 80% of industries, you putting nothing for your detailed targeting, not setting any kind of interests or demographics or employers or whatever, or using lookalike audiences. Just put nothing in the targeting. Set age, gender, and country, and then put nothing else in the targeting. Basically became the best working audience across every industry. And that right there was the biggest revolution in Facebook advertising, because it made it so you did not have to burn $1,000 or more to figure out who your target audience was, even for Facebook to figure out who your target audience was before you could start running creative testing properly. Nowadays, you can just get right into creative testing right away, because you already know that if you just do open targeting, you're going to be finding the right audience. That was the biggest shift and was the biggest money saver that has ever happened in Facebook ads and probably will ever happen. In 2025, there's not that much different. There's a lot of little buttons, but there's always been new little buttons coming along, and whether you should press on them or not has always been a thing. I covered a month ago in a video called the Best Facebook Ads Course for All Levels. If you watch that, that will teach you all of these little buttons and the differences, all right? If I come out with a video every 6 months, I can guide you through these little button changes just fine. But what is the real difference, I'll say, of 2024 and 2025 versus the years before? The difference is that the world is pretty immune to most online marketing tricks that would have worked 5 to 10 years ago. For instance, there's a lot of people that would sell courses, and they would tell you to watch a live webinar, which was not live, but they would simulate the chat and make it seem like it was live. And then they would pitch you on a $1,000 course that's normally $9,000. And if you don't buy it in the next 10 minutes before this countdown timer runs out, you will never see this price again. And the world fell for it over and over. Everyone was buying courses. I bought a ton of courses because I was like, I'm never going to see this deal again. This is incredible. I'm going to become a millionaire once I finish this course. And it was really easy to sell courses. But this has happened in every industry in various ways. I just mentioned that one because if you're watching this video, you probably have seen a lot of those style of webinars in the past. And that was just a few short years ago. And those don't work on people anymore because they know it's not live, and they know the countdown timer is not real, and it just resets every time they refresh the page, okay? Quick side note, it's funny because one time I was at a business conference in 2020, and the guy that I was talking to and networking with, he was so excited because he was like, yeah, man, I was watching this one guy's webinar, and the timer ran out. I fell asleep before I could buy it, but when I woke up, I refreshed it, and it made the timer restart, and I got the deal. Like, I still got the deal, man. I don't want to tell him. He's going to be mad at me. And it was kind of funny because everyone believed it to the point that he was like, he's going to be mad at me that I got the deal after the countdown timer expired. It's like where the world was at mentally. So what does that mean? Even, let me give you an example in e-commerce. Before, we used to be like, hey, get this free ebook on the 7 best lights to have as a content creator. And then the first 6 lights were like, okay. And then the 7th light that free ebook would talk about would be this light, the light that I'm using, and why it's amazing. And then it would give you the link to buy it. And people would read the whole ebook and they would respond to the ebook accordingly. And there was just a lot of roundabout marketing that used to work. And that is the difference. roundabout marketing doesn't work anymore. Hallelujah. Us as marketers don't need to be doing these roundabout ways to sell things. You don't need to do a free opt-in to a long email sequence to whatever else with just countdown timers and sales ending. Like, of course, sales are still great, but any kind of manner of not just directly selling your product to the customer and making it extremely convenient for them to just buy from you is the wrong marketing strategy. And even for courses too, not sending to, hey, watch this 1 hour video and then give me your name and email, and then on the next page you can buy my course, doesn't work anymore. It is better to run an ad where I can run a bare bones ad and I can say, learn how to run profitable Facebook ads yourself for $1,497 one time and never hire an expensive agency again. And then I can lead right to my product page, socialbamboo.com/DWY, and I can get some sales because people don't need more of a pitch than that nowadays. They need to trust me, right? So me having the option for someone to watch a video from me is a good idea. For me having the extra email follow-up, all those things are still a good idea, but I don't need to build out this long process anymore, because before, every time you would launch a marketing campaign before 2021, it was like 3 months to build these campaigns and to build these launches. Now you just tell people, hey, I'm selling these pants. Hey, I'm selling this artwork. Hey, I'm selling this. Here's the price. The deal ends this Friday. And that's it. If that's your marketing strategy, you are doing fine nowadays, because that's all that people will give you the time of day for. And the good news is that people don't mind buying things because they just understand that good things cost money nowadays too. Something that went away with Gen X, in my opinion, is that Gen X was a lot more into getting deals and seeking a good value and thinking that expensive things were expensive for no good reason. And our generation, or like millennials and Gen Z, this is how it's actually been for us though, is that if you're not buying a quality version of something, you're likely going to get a really, really crappy version of it. So I feel like the newer generations are more inclined to just buy quality, but even Gen X and boomers know that that's the reality of today's market, that if you're trying to buy headphones, I mean, you should probably buy $200 headphones. Like, everything's $200. It's something like that I kind of joke about. Like, everything good is like $200. For like a lot of different things, but even, high ticket things, like people understand courses are thousands of dollars if it's going to be a good course. So people just know how much things cost nowadays. So even if you're selling something expensive, you don't have to hide the price, is what is going on in marketing. Another revolution of this is all of these group workout places. They used to do a free class was the deal that all of them would run. Come in for a free class, and then they'd come in and then they do a whole pitch after and a whole pitch before, and then they try to sell them on at least one more class, or if not a membership, and they haven't even gotten the card number yet, or they haven't gotten any money from the customer, and they do this whole free funnel. And nowadays, none of them do that. Like Orange Theory, like, I don't know, maybe you can call them and like ask them for a free class, but they pretty much all do like buy one, get one free class, or get like 50% off your first class. They do something like that where they're just trying to just get a sale as the first point of contact, because they're sick of dealing with leads that aren't willing to spend any money at all. Because people that are truly freebie seekers at this point of the market are just not good customers. You have people who spend money and people who don't. There's a very hard division between those two groupings of people. So what is the key to marketing nowadays? Go out and make a sale. Just go out and tell your target audience why the problem that they have will be solved by buying your thing, and tell them the cost. And if that doesn't work, you need to be selling a different product. And how it works when your pitch is that simple and it works, it means that you're the best of your kind, at least in some category. Maybe you are a home renovation service and you are the best at offering financing. You're the only one who offers 0% financing in your area. Maybe you're the best because you're the one that gets the job done the fastest. If you want your job done in 60 days or less, we are the best at home renovations within that specific way of selling our offer. So sometimes you're like the best at an angle, or maybe you're the best at a certain type of home, the best at ranches. I don't know. I don't know enough about the industry, but you have to be the best at something. All right. You can have either the best supplements in the world or the best magnesium supplement in the world. And this is easier said than done. I'm telling you to own the best in some kind of category. But this is the key to marketing. Because think about this. If price wasn't a thing when buying something, what would you always pick? You would pick the best. If price wasn't a thing with picking a home, you would pick the best home, or picking a car, you would just pick the best car. To you, whatever that is, just the best one. If price is no longer a thing, that is literally the only qualification for being what you would buy. So as soon as price is a thing, is the only time that buying something outside of the best is a possibility. But if you can brand something as the best, people who are wealthy, aka the people that you want to sell to, and aren't concerned with saving as much money as possible, will instantly be like, it's the best. I don't really care if it's a little bit more. Decision done. So it's one of the very few ways that you can just go right from A to B and just sell someone something without any other research needing to be done. And the only way to do this is by actually being the best. There's no other way around this. So for me, I do Facebook ads coaching because I genuinely believe if you do my 1 month how to run Facebook ads yourself coaching program, it will be the best program that you could do in the world. I would be so shocked if someone was offering a better program than me in the entire world, because all I've tried to do with designing this program is create that and keep it at a very fair cost that is a high ROI for everyone who goes through it, and everyone leaves with a ton of skills, and everyone leaves with knowing how Facebook ads works. I give exactly what is promised, and it is as quick moving as possible. So like that's the whole goal. And same with my e-commerce company in the skincare industry. It is trying to be the best of the problem that my specific skincare solves. It'd be very hard to be the best acne face wash out there, right? But it might be easy to be the best blackhead exfoliant out there, right? Like being within these niches is often where you can be the best at something. But it's better to be the best blackhead exfoliant scrub than the 5th best acne scrub in the consumer's mind, of course. So just make sure if you're playing that game, then you can't lose. Like you can run Facebook ads and you're going to be profitable in the first week. Okay. You're going to be profitable immediately. If you have an incredible offer and you just simply come out and tell people what it does and the price makes sense, there's not much that you can do to mess it up from there. Like there's a big range of success that you can have, but I mean, you're going to get sales even if your ads don't look that good and you press a lot of wrong buttons. So just know that that is still the name of the game from here on. And the way I kind of see it is like the Pareto principle, the 80-20 rule is kind of becoming the 90-10 rule in this current era. So rather than 20% of your products doing 80% of your sales, more like 10% of your products will do 90% of your sales, because you have to be even more specialized and even better at offering such things that it's just going to be the fact of the matter that, the things that you're really able to nail as the best, which is not going to be 20% of your products, but 10% is going to be where you really shine. And this principle can be applied in so many different ways. So that is the best explanation that I have going forward. What I'd recommend for you to do now, no matter where you are at, is book a free 25-minute call with me below. We'll talk on the phone. It will be me, not someone from my team. I'm going to give you the best advice that I can. If you don't want to invest in any of my programs or services, that is completely fine to me. And we will just give you the best best call ever, and we'll send you off knowing exactly what you should do with Facebook ads from here. And then, of course, if you want other services, then I can let you know what that looks like. But I really do not care. I just care that people who listen to this channel get results. So please book that call right now, no matter where you're at. I promise it's a good time to do so, and I will talk to you soon.